Good morning, everybody. So to get started today for a little bit of warm up, let's go ahead and lay down on our backs. So once you're down there, just bend the knees, place your feet flat on your mats. And just take a few breaths in. Exhale out through the mouth. And deep breath in. And exhaling out. And deep breath in. And exhaling out. And deep breath in. And exhale out. Another just nice deep breath in through your nose. And exhale out through the mouth. Good. Let's take some arm circles. So take your arms straight up to the ceiling. Take them overhead by your ears. Circle out to the sides of the body and all the way down to your hips again. And do that again. Inhale. Arms just nice and even like railroad tracks. Circle them out to the sides and down. And inhale, lift. Try not to let your ribs pop out as your arms go up and overhead by your ears. And inhale, reaching up. Exhale, take them back to the sides. Good. And reverse that. So take the arms out to the sides in the T. Take them up overhead by your ears, up to the ceiling, and back down to the sides. Inhale, arms out. Reach overhead. Exhale, all the way down. And inhale, take the arms out, overhead, exhale, and down. And do that 2 more times. Inhale, arms out to the sides, overhead, exhale, lower down, and 1 more. Arms out to the sides, overhead, lower the arms back down to the sides. Good. Take your arms out into a T and just let your knees fall over to the right. Just take a little rotation in the spine, nice and easy. And then bring your knees up and then take the knees over to the left. And slowly bring the knees back up. I'm going to leave my arms out to the sides just so you can see my back, but if the rest of you go ahead and take your arms back down to your sides. And let's just take a few pelvic clocks. So as you exhale, press your low back down into the floor, not really, really hard, nice and easy. And then inhale, arch the back up and off of your floor. And then exhale, just gently press it down, just get a little stretch in the low back. Inhale, rock it back the other way. So once again, try to resist that urge to over-exaggerate. Just nice, gentle movement. Just get the back moving a little bit in the lower lumbar area. And exhale, pressing the low back in. Inhale, feeling the pelvis tilting back and forth on the top of your thigh bones. Once again, the thigh bones are nice and steady. It's the pelvis that's moving back and forth, moving the low spine area. Good. And then go ahead, slowly release that. Go ahead and come up into a seated position. I'm going to stay seated to the side, so hopefully you can see my feet a little bit better. I know it might be a little bit hard, but hopefully take your stretching band and you're going to place it around the ball of the foot. Okay, so the ball of the foot there. Send the leg out. Doesn't really matter how you're sitting. You can also have this right knee, but it doesn't have to be straight. So just do a little bit of ankle straightening. So flex your toes back to you. I'm actually going to move my other leg out of the way so maybe see me even a little bit better. Push your toes forward, so you're looking a little flointed foot like a Barbie doll, and point all the way through the foot. Pull just your toes back, so you're in that little flointed position, somewhere between flex and point, and pull it all the way back. So push the ball of the foot forward, then the toes, pull the toes back, flex the foot, and push the toes forward, point, pull the toes back, flex all the way through the foot. Push the ball of the foot forward, then the toes, pull the toes back, flex it all the way back. Push the toes forward, point the foot, pull the toes back, and flex, and do that one more time. Push the toes forward, point all the way through the foot, pull the toes back, flex all the way through the foot. Now, take your band, both sides of it, into the right hand and pull up to the outside of the right foot. Keep your foot a little bit flexed. Pull your toes in towards the center of your body and release it back. So I'm going to turn to you so you can see that a little bit better. So you're going to pull the toes inward and release it back. And pull it in and release it back. And pulling in and release it back. And pull in and release it back. So you might feel a little bit of burning sensation up through that right side of the ankle also, even though you're pulling in, getting a nice stretch through the outside of the right shin there. And do one more. And then change it into the opposite hand. So into the left hand, pull down the band across the upper body and pull the little toes out to the side and coming back in. So just a little bit of ankle strengthening. I'll probably walking a lot more right now, hopefully. Getting outside in that nice sunshine when we have it. And pulling out and in. And pulling out to the side and in. And pull out to the side and in. And pull out to the side and in. Two more and pull out to the side. And in one more and pull out to the side. And then good. Switch to the other foot. So once again, wrap the band around the ball of the foot. Good. Once again, don't worry about what this leg is doing. Once again, this left leg can be bent. Really, once again, just about the feet. So once again, push the toes forward, then point all the way through your foot. Pull the toes back, flex the foot all the way up. Push the ball of the foot forward, push through the toes, pull the little toes back, and flex the foot. Push the toes, point them, pull the toes back, and flex. So once again, the work at our feet really is important. That's where our balance sensors are that go to our brain when we do walk. So important to keep those feet really active so those proprioceptors are turned on. Toes forward, point through the foot, pull the toes back, flex the foot, push the toes forward, point through the foot, pull the toes back, and flex one more time. Push the toes forward, point, pull the toes back, and flex. Good. What's going to come back to you guys and pitch you a little bit more. Hold the band in your left hand. Pull the band to the outside of the left leg. Flex the foot back to you a little bit, and then pull the big toe in towards the center line of your body and release it back. And pulling in and release. 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 And pull across and release. And pull across and release. Two more times and pull across and release. One more and pull across and release. Good. Go into the right hand. Pull the band across the body so you have some tension on it. And then pull the little toes out to the side. And pull out and in. And pulling out and in. And pulling out and in. Just kind of think about your foot being a little windshield wiper. And out and in. And out and in. And pulling out and in. And pulling out and in. Three more and 3 and 2. Good, and 1. Nice, guys, good. So, we're going to come onto all fours. So, once again, take the band, place it around the arch of your foot. So, do that first. Then bring the band underneath you. So, pretty much one side of the band is going to be in between your legs, the other band will be on the outside of your legs. Place the band so that your hands are on top of it on all fours. Once again, if you have knee issues, please use a blanket underneath your knees. Once again, just that reminder that if you can't be on your kneecap, put the blanket underneath your shins, underneath the kneecap, so the kneecap is just hanging into space. Okay, so around the right foot. So Lift the right knee up and off and press the right leg back and bend it back in. And press the right leg back straight and in. Take a moment, just pull your ribs in just a little bit. Make sure you're not dumping and arching in the low back. And coming back in. Make sure your shoulders are nice and held, that you're also not dumping down into your shoulder sockets and in. Think about the top of your arm bone being right in the middle of your shoulder socket. And press back and in and stretch it back and in and stretch it back and in and stretch it back and in. Good. Stretch back and hold. And then from there, lift it up and down. Hello, glutes. Up and down. And lifting up. Pull the lower core muscles up and in. Lift and lower and lift and lower and lift up. 4 more after this. And 4. Lower down. 3. Lower down. 2. And 1. Good. Go ahead, bring that right knee down. Switch to the other foot. Take it around the arch of the left foot now. Good. Bend back underneath the hands. Good. Once again, take a moment. Get into a nice neutral spine. Pull the low belly up and in. Gentle pulling of the ribs. Lift your left knee off of your mat. And stretch the left leg straight behind you. Bend the left knee back in. And stretch it back, and bending in, and stretch, and in, and pressing back, and in, and stretching back, and in, and stretching back, and in, and stretching back, and in, and pressing back, and in, and stretching back, and in, stretch back and hold. Lift up from there and lift the leg up and down. Check out those abdominals as the leg lifts up a little bit above the level of the hip. Make sure that that doesn't make you want to arch into the back. Keep everything nice and stable. So it's not going to be a really big lift back there. And it doesn't need to be. And lifting up and down. Keep lifting up and out of your shoulders and down. And lifting up and down. And lifting up and down. 1 more and lifting up and down. Good. Gently bring the knee down. Go ahead, put your band down to the side. Go ahead, come onto your backs. And let's do a little bit of abdominal work. So once you're on your back, take the arms, once again, take it into the middle of your skull, not at your neck. Right there in the middle. Arms nice and wide. Just a reminder, if you can maintain the neutral pelvis of the 2 hip bones and your pubic bone all on the same plane, that's fine. But if you need to imprint a little bit, that's safer than overarching the low back. So take a deep breath in and exhale, nod the head and shoulders up and lower down. And exhale, nodding up and down. And exhale, nodding up and down. And exhale, nodding up and lower and up and down. Using that exhale to scoop the abdominals in and lower and exhale. Inhale, exhale, and inhale, exhale, and inhale, exhale, and inhale. We have 5 more. 5 and lower. 4 and lower. 3 and lower. 2 and lower. 1 and lower. Good. Take a nice deep breath. Moving on to 100, you can either keep your feet flat on your mat, take your legs up to tabletop. Once again, a reminder, if it bothers your neck to be up in flexion, just take your legs away from you, take yourself flat back down to your mat, and just keep the movement of your arms going. So once again, not about straining the neck. So once again, feet on your mat, up to tabletop, take a deep breath in. Exhale, nod the head and shoulders up. Keep the upper body nice and steady as you pulse the arms. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and inhale, and exhale out, and inhale, and exhale. Draw your shoulder blades down the back, reach out to the fingertips, and exhale. Once again, if you're getting strained, please lay all the way back down to your mat. And inhale. And exhale. 3 more sets. Inhale. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. Slowly lower all the way back down. Hug your knees into your chest for a moment. Okay. All right, we're going to take our band again for roll up and down. So you take the band and wrap it around your feet. So if you feel more secure, you can, once again, wrap the band, take it on the inside, wrap it in and around, so it can't slip on you if that makes you feel better, or you can just simply wrap it around the end of your feet. So, okay guys, so sitting up nice and tall. Once again, bend your knees a little bit if you need to. As you inhale, lengthen up through your spine. Exhale, roll all the way down to your mat. Good. So you're going to keep your arms down in this version, obviously. Exhale, roll all the way back up. This is going to be a little bit of a change from mat class. Take your arms out, reach over the legs, pull the arms back behind you. Take the arms back to the front, roll down from there. So once again, a great thing about being in a home workout, if you're having a little bit of stress doing rolling up and down, put your feet underneath a cabinet, if it has open space underneath it, underneath a chair or your couch. As you stretch over the legs, take the arms to the back. Take the arms back or around forward. Roll down from there. Rolling down through the spine, 1 vertebra at a time. If you don't roll all the way down, that's okay. Do a half roll down instead. And then exhale, roll all the way up. Kind of feel that band maybe losing its tautness, helping you roll up. Stretch over the legs. Take the arms back behind you. Take them around to the front. Then roll down from there. Exhale as you roll down. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, nod the head up. Rolling up 1 vertebra at a time. Keep reaching over your legs, stretching the arms back. Taking the arms forward, rolling down from there. Exhaling. Inhale, feel the length of the entire spine and the legs. Exhale, rolling up. Stretching over the legs. Take the arms back. Take them forward. Last time, rolling down. Stretch all the way nice and long as you inhale. Exhale, rolling up. Stretch over the legs, take the arms back. Take them forward. And sit all the way back up nice and tall. Good guys. Alright, so take the band out from around the feet. Turn on to the right hip. You're going to place the band underneath the right hand. So we're going to come into side plank. So before we come into side plank, just a few reminders. You can always do side plank with the right knee down. If doing the little extra stuff with the band that we're going to do here in a moment is too much for you, forget the band and just do side plank instead. So right hand on your mat, band underneath it. Take your legs out to the sides. Hold the band in your left hand and hold it somewhat close to your right hand. I would say I have about 8 inches or so in between the two sides. You can always modify that. Exhale, lift the hips up. Good. Squeeze the legs together. Exhale, bend the elbow in, extend the arm up, and bend it back down. So a little bit kind of a draw, sort of like we do on the reformer, and down. and stretch it up and down. Feel free to bring that right knee down to your mat and stretch it up and down. And stretch it up and down. And reach it up and down. 2 more and stretch it up and down. 1 more and reach it up and down. Good. Gently bring the knees down. Swing your legs over to the other side. So left hand on top of the band. Remember, once again, bring that left knee down to your mat if you need to. Hold the band about, I'd say, 8 inches away from the left hand. If that's too much resistance, go even further away from the hand to take the resistance off. Okay, legs out to the side. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, lift up in your side plank. Extend the right arm up and bend it back down. And reach it up and down. And stretch it up and down. And reaching up and down. And reaching up and down. You've got 3 more. Squeeze everything together in the body. Keep lifting that left hip up and away from your mat. 1 more. And stretch it up and down. Good. Gently come all the way back down. Good. Take a breath, guys. All right. Take the band, place it around your back, underneath your arms. Okay? Coming into push-ups. So to get into the right position, like all the way down first. Okay? So you want the band not really, really tight around your back, but it shouldn't be loose way out here. So hands in your normal push-up position. Then from here, come up onto the hands and knees, which should stretch the band out. Good. Once again, on your knees for push-ups, or up into full plank. 10 of them. Bend your elbows out to the sides, and exhale, press. Bend and stretch. Bend and stretch. Bend and stretch. Bend and stretch. We got 5 more. Inhale, exhale, press. Bend and stretch. 3 more. 3. 2, 1. Gently bring that down. Take your band, place it to the side. Take a moment. Counter stretch your wrists, so pull the palm into you. Gently pull it in. We just did a lot with the side planks and those push-ups. Also give you a moment maybe to kind of get your breath slowed down again. And then switch to the other wrist. Okay, guys. Go ahead, take a moment, grab your light weights, and let's come up to standing for a little bit. So, you can stand with your feet about hip distance apart. I wouldn't try to stand right together. It would be a little bit more challenging that way, but I don't think it's necessary. So feet underneath you, stand nice and tall. Pull the low abdominals up and in. Take your weights in each hand, bend your elbows into the side. So serve a tray. So take the arms forward, open them straight out to the sides. Take your arms back forward in front of you. Bend your elbows back into your sides. So exhale forward, inhale open, exhale, come back forward, inhale back into the sides. And exhale, inhale open, forward, and coming in. And exhale, and inhale, exhale, and inhale, exhale, and inhale. Exhale and inhale. So pretty much just like we do our work facing the foot bar. Forward and in. And exhale and inhale. Forward. 2 more times. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And in. 1 more. Stretch forward. Open the chest nice and wide. Forward. and in. Good. Rest your arms down for just a moment. So our next one after serve a tray is hug a tree. So take the arms out to the sides, bend your elbows a little bit, just like you're going to hug somebody, which evidently we're not going to be able to do for another year and a half, unfortunately. And then bring your fingertips or your weights towards one another, open and back out. So your arms stay in the exact same position the entire time. And open. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. And inhale. Exhale. And inhale. Bring the fingertips forward. And open. Exhale. And open. 2 more. Exhale. And open. 1 more. Exhale. And open. Relax those arms down. Good. So we're going to go into triceps next. So just like we do in arm work facing the foot bar. So arms are going to go up. You're going to turn it inside. Bend your elbows so they're back behind you. Extend the arms up to the ceiling and bend them back. Try to keep those elbows facing up towards the ceiling as much as you can. And stretching up and bending back. And stretching up and bending back. And stretching up and bending back. And reach and bend. Check out your posture for just a moment. Just make sure you're standing up nice and tall. And stretching up and bending back. 2 more. Up and back. 1 more. Up and bend the elbows back. Good. Relax those arms down. And then coming into salutes. So bring the arms up about to the top of your head, elbows out to the sides. You're going to press out diagonally. So press diagonally forward and bend back in. So you're going to diagonally in, out, bend the elbows back to your sides. So diagonal out, bend out to the sides. And stretch and bend. Stretch and bend. Stretch and bend. Stretch and bend. You have 3 more. 3 and bend. 2 and bend. 1 and bend back in. Good. Relax those arms down. Good. Feel it nice forward through our arms now. And then biceps. I offer on biceps 2 things. If you want to add like a squat to them, you can, or you can do like a little side squat if you can. You don't have to, but if you want to get a little bit more quad work in, feel free to add those in if you'd like. So arms out in front of you, and bicep curl in, and release. And bend, and release. Exhale. Control the opening. Exhale, just like you do on your forward. Think about that control out, working the opposite set of muscles as you go in the opposite direction. So biceps work as they come in, triceps work as they go out. I know you're going to feel it more in the biceps, but our triceps are actually work to straighten our arms. Biceps bend the arms, and triceps straighten the arms. Relax the shoulders down your back, and open, and bend, and open, and bend, and open. 1 more, bend, and open. Good. Relax those arms down for a moment. Ooh, good. And just our very last one, just to work the delt muscles, just lift the arms straight up in front of you. Exhale, and inhale, lower. And exhale, and inhale. And exhale, and inhale. And exhale. Inhale, lower. One's going to stand up nice and tall. You could really actually, if you want to add a squat here, you could do up and down. If you're going to add the squat, I would probably use the squat as you brought your arms up. Good, and 1 more. Good. All right, guys, go ahead and come back down onto your mats, lying on your stomachs. You're done with your weights, so you put all that to the side. So you're going to work on the lats. So you're going to do 3 different versions, and we'll do them consecutively with each other. So you're going to have your arms out in front of you. You're going to lift them up, and we'll pulse them up in a little Y. You're gonna take them out to a T to pulse, and you'll be in a little W, so basically goalpost arms. Okay, so Y, T, W. I probably really should have done that in alphabetical order, it's too late. So take your arms out in front of you. Up to you if you want to use a little bit of extension, or you could stay just flat down to your mat to work the lats. So I'll leave that up to you whether you want to come up or just stay flat down. So take a moment, no matter what version you're doing, with extension or non-extension, take a moment, engage the core muscles, stretch out through the legs, get nice bases going. Ready? Lift up, pulse our arms up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Out to a T. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And a little W. Lift up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Arms back out in front. Y. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. To the side. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. W. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back out in front of you. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. T. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. W. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Y. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. T. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. W. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last step. Y. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. T. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. W. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And I'll release that down. Take a breath. Hopefully feel some warmth there, up in the shoulders and there to the sides. Okay, so we're going to come back up onto our hands and knees. Okay, tuck your toes behind you. Hands underneath the shoulders and maybe just a little bit wider apart. Once again, those of you with knee issues, please make sure you're on an extra blanket, and then also have that blanket underneath the shins if you need to. So, keeping your back nice and neutral, you're going to just hover the knees up and off of your mat. So as you exhale, you're going to lift the knees up and gently place them back down as you inhale. And exhale, lifting up. Inhale, lower. Exhale, hover up. Inhale, lower. The closer you can keep those knees hovering to your mat, the more challenging it's going to be. The further up you lift them, it's going to be a little bit easier, and actually take probably a lot more into the arms if you do that way too. Exhale, and inhale, lower. And exhale, and inhale. Exhale, hover up, and lower down. You got 3 more, and 3, and lower down, 2, and lower down, 1, and lower down. Take a moment, sit back off your wrists. So this next version is putting kind of knee stretch and a mountain climber together. If it's too challenging, I'm going to want you to come back to the version that we just did. So a little bit of somewhat of a complicated setup. So also if you want to save your wrists, go into fists, so you go into the knuckles instead. So to come into it, you're going to take the left foot forward. You're going to come into a flow lunge, and actually I'm going to take socks off on this one. Everybody knows how cold my feet always are, but for just slip value. So come into a low lunge. You're actually going to lift the left heel up and off of your mat. So I'm going to move my hands, and said left heel is up and off. I'm going to come into this, for me, round up through the spine. So from here, you're going to keep your weight on the left foot and pull the right knee in and stretch it out. And hover up and back. So once again, if you're finding this a little bit too challenging, I want you to go back to all fours and do your little hover instead. And back. And in. And back. And hover up around up to the spine. And back. Pull the ribs up. And back. And pull the ribs up. And back, 2 more, pull the ribs up, and back, pull the ribs up, and back. Gently bring the right knee down. Take a moment, sit back in between sides. I know you guys love it when I have extra time to do extra research. Okay, to the other side. So come into your low lunge, right foot forward, onto the toes on the left foot, onto knuckles, so you have a little bit more height. Lift your right heel up, round up through the spine. You're going to drag the left foot into the chest and back. Exhale and inhale. Hover up and back. And hover up and back. And hover up and back. We're halfway there. Up and back. Round up. Back. 3 more. 3 and 2. You're probably going to feel that quad talking to you also. And back. Nice, guys. Gently bring your knees down. Take a breath. Good. Go ahead. Come into a seated position. Right hip, legs to your left. Take the right arm out. And just take a nice side stretch over. Allow that right elbow to come down to your mat. Good, slowly come all the way back up. Good, switch your feet on the other side. We have one more after this. I just want to give you a little breather after a little pseudo mountain climber. Knee stretch guide. And stretch over and reach. Good. Then come all the way back up. Good. Our very last one is tendon stretch. Some of you have done this in, who take mat with me, we've done this in mat class before. So, feet in front of you, both feet on the floor. Hands back behind you. As you exhale, you're going to lift the hips up, pull your hips back. Inhale, come back forward. So exhale, holding hips back, and then inhale, lifting them up, okay? So come up onto your reverse tabletop. Ready? And exhale, pulling back. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, pull the hips back. Inhale, lift. If you can, try not to drag the booty on the floor, but it's gonna happen. And exhale, pulling back. Inhale and lift. Exhale, pull back. So, little pseudo tendon stretch on the mat, like some of you do on the reformer. And lift. Exhale. And inhale, 2 more. Exhale. And inhale. Exhale. I know this one's really challenging. I know all of you are like, why'd you save it for last? And take your hips down. All right, guys. Take a moment, come into just a nice, easy cross-legged position. If cross-legged is hard on your knees, either extend your legs out a little bit more in front of you so maybe they're not quite as bent, or put something strong underneath them, books, block, pillows, whatever you have. So I have my left shin in front of my right. Take a deep breath in, and then exhale, stretch over the legs. Just a little stretch to the back of that left hip. And slowly come all the way back up. Switch your other shin in front. Good. Need to readjust on your sits bones. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, stretch over the legs, that other hip. And notice the difference between the sides. And slowly come all the way back up. Again, take the legs out to the sides. And a little bit of a straddle. Take a deep breath in, exhale. In the middle of the legs again, get those inner thighs. And slowly come all the way back up. And bring legs all the way together. Take a deep breath in. And then exhale, stretch over both legs. And slowly come all the way back up. And you're all done for today. Thank you so much for joining me.